It's one of the best rivalries in the NFL, and we're going to be treated to a great matchup in Week 4. Jason Horowitz, Charley Casserly, glad to be with you on the NFL previews presented by Comcast. The Redskins on the road going to Dallas. And Charley, for many years, you were part of this rivalry in the front office for the Redskins. What makes it so great?
Well, I think the fans make it great because where this rivalry got started years ago with George Allen, it was when the Cowboys were the king around the early 70s, and the Redskins, in order to go anywhere, had to beat them. So then it just grew from there, but it mainly grew over a period of time because the fans were intense in it, and both teams are really good. That's what makes a rivalry. Both teams are still good, and I think what you got is a rivalry on Sunday.
You've got great teams so far. Maybe clearly, I think we all think the NFC East is the best division in football. It'll be very tough for one of those teams not to make the playoffs. But in this game, everyone also assumes that Dallas is the better team to this point, maybe the best team in the NFL to this point, especially offensively. Is there something Washington can do to try and slow them down?
Well, boy, pick your poison, because what they can do, and you watch here, look at that, 440 yards a game, 32 points a game, absolutely outstanding. But when you play them, you've got to pick your poison, because they've got T.O. at wide receiver, Jason Witten at tight end, and obviously they got Marion Barber and Felix Jones at running back, and Tony Romo. So what they can do is they can beat you in a lot of ways. Now, last week, what did Green Bay do? We're going to take away T.O., we're going to take Witten, we're going to let the running game beat you. The running game beat you. Well, I can see that thing. I think you have to go in with a flexible plan. Start with the fact you don't want to get beat in the passing game, come back to the running game. If you can't stop the running game, then what you're going to have to do is let the Redskin corners sit on an island against T.O. and hope you're good enough out there to contain them.
Are they?
I think they got a chance. I think they have a chance out there, though I have to be impressed with T.O. this year. There's a play in the game last week. Felix Jones runs for, 60 yards for a touchdown? Yep. T.O. outruns him to the goal line, making 2 blocks. T.O. is fired up this year. Give him credit.
Yeah, he wants to win a Super Bowl. Meanwhile, for the Redskins offensively, they're starting to look better as well. Jason Campbell, under Jim Zorn's system, is starting to look like he's got it. Can he score points against Dallas' defense?
I think they can. And here's the thing with Jason Campbell. Look at the high percentage of completions, what you want. Has not thrown an interception this year. Now, here's what I think the key is. Where the Redskins have an edge in this game is, I think, with Santana Moss and Chris Cooley matched up against the Dallas secondary. I'm still not sold on the Dallas secondary. So Dallas is going to have to find a way to double Moss and double Cooley, which maybe puts it back on the running game with Clinton Portis. I think Washington has enough balance, and Jason Campbell is improving, that they have a chance to move the ball and score points in this game.
But Dallas' defense did shut down the Packers' offense last week. How'd they do it, and do they transfer that to Washington?
Well, the key here is what they did. They did a great job of blitzing and mixing their blitzes up. Now, for the Redskins, have only given up 5 sacks in 3 games. The right tackle position, John Jansen, who got benched early this year, is going to come back and play right tackle because of the injury to Adam Heyer. Now, here's the problem. John Jansen has not played well this year. He's going to be matched with Greg Ellis. Greg Ellis is having a terrific year. Big advantage for the Cowboys in this one. That's the matchup I'm going to watch when Washington has the ball on offense.
And then, of course, DeMarcus Ware on the other side. Nobody in the NFL has been able to contain
He's done
him.
a good job.
Let's throw all the numbers and all the facts into the computer. 10,000 times, 10,000 tests. Let's get the results from the AccuScore prediction. And wow, the Cowboys are good, but didn't think the computer would come up that big. 86% of the time, Cowboys beat the Redskins on the computer. Charley, you like Dallas?
I like Dallas to win the game right now. Jim Zorn is now only coaching his 4th game as a head coach. You've seen market improvement from week 1 to week 3, but now Jason Campbell has to go on the road here in a hostile environment. I think he'll struggle a little bit, but I think the game should be much closer than what the computer says. But I like the Cowboys. They're hot right now, offensively in every area, and defensively, I think they'll have enough pressure to offset the questions I have in their secondary.
All right, we'll see how it works out. 4:15 p.m. Eastern. For more on this game or any other in Week 4, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. Watch everything else on the CBS Audience Network. For Charley Casserly, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.